Hello, my friends. It's cooking time again. So in this bowl are the beef tendons that I have been removed from each piece of the beef knuckle. These can be made into a very delicious soup. So I'm saving all of this to make a pot of soup. Hi, welcome to Me Living. I am so excited to share my recipe making this very delicious beef soup. These are the beef tendons that I save when I remove it from the chuck roast beef. And I'm going to demonstrate how I make this delicious soup with all of you. Here on the stove, I have two pots. The pot on my right hand here, I'm going to use it to blanch the tendon first, and then the pot on my left here, it's the pot that I'll be using to cook the soup. And so there's quite a bit of here, so both water has to be boiled. I bring the water to boil. I'm adding the beef tendon here. The reason I'm blanching it first because I wanted to remove as much impurities and fat from the cooking as possible, because the pot I'm cooking here, I like the broth to be very clear and not oily and delicious. That is the reason why I'm using two pots here. Okay, I have blanched the beef tendon here for several minutes in boiling water already, so I am ready to move it to the next pot. For this pot, I'm adding some fresh kalanga and lemongrass. I also use lime leaves, but those will be added much later toward the end. So first, just kalanga and lime leaves. And then I am going to slowly adding the beef tendon into the pot. This is going to be a lot of soup. A lot of soups for my family. The secret to making a very delicious clear broth beef soup is to, number one, do not disturb the pot too much. Notice that when I move the tendon or the beef from my right hand pot to the left, my spoon, I did not dig through. I did not disturb the beef at all. So that's the secret number one. Secret number two, for the seasoning, whatever amount of salt I put in the same amount of mushroom seasoning, because mushroom seasoning adds flavor. That's my secret number two. And then number three, secret number three, you are going to see bubbles, fat floating on top. Eventually, I am going to skim it off, remove it off, because I don't want much fat in my broth. So those are the three secrets on how I make my soup. Okay, I'm going to start off with this pot. There is not an exact measurement. Hello? Okay, yes, excuse me. So let's finish. So I'm going to start off with 2 tablespoons salt, and then 2 tablespoons mushroom seasoning. We are going to adjust that later on as needed. Another secret to making delicious soup is do not cook the soup in high heat. We have to reduce the heat to medium-low and just let it slow cook. Again, do not disturb the pot. We want to retain the broth to be as clear as possible. So just gently take a spoon and scoop out the fat, the bubbles, any impurities that have left floating on top, just like this. So I'm going to cover it and just let it slow cook. All right, let's check my beef soup. So slow cook, but I wanted to taste to see if I need to adjust any season and see if the beef or the tendon is tender yet. Sometimes it will take close to 2 hours, depends on the beef. Sometimes it's shorter. So it's been an hour and a half, and I'm going to taste a sample. Ooh, the broth is very, very delicious. But I need to add more seasoning. So let's try the piece of the beef to see if it's tender yet. Almost tender. This must be a younger cow, almost tender. So I have 20 more minutes left. Now I'm adding the lime leaf very last to add aroma to the soup. Just very gently move the lime leaves around and not disturbing the pot, as that is the secret to make this delicious soup. Okay, I'm gonna let it cook until the time is up and it should be ready. My pot of soup here has been cooked for an hour 30 minutes and the meat is already tender, so I'm going to leave it as it is. Now, there are two ways for me to serve this. The broth is very delicious, and one way to serve it, I just add green onion and cilantro and then serve it that way. The other idea making this soup that I like a lot, which I don't have today, it's using the Lao veggie herb called pak ilo. If I have pak ilo, I'm going to add a few in this pot. Let's have a try to make sure seasoning is good, meat is tender. Ooh, very delicious. Smells very good from the lime leaves adding into the pot also. Let's have a bite of the meat. Wow, the meat is just very tender, very flavorful. Nó là củ quấy cho sum cái nhuệ của đây cho một sâu nữa. Đây chỉ chia thì nó sẽ mà chua cá chập lờ liền cho mình phong dừa. I have portioned all of my soup to freeze, and this is all I am making for my husband and I for lunch. The rest goes into the freezer. I'm adding just a little bit of fish sauce to add flavor. Okay, a little bit of fish sauce. If you can eat spicy, making it spicy, it's the best. I'm adding some green onion. And then my culantro that I just picked. Let me taste it to make sure the flavor is right with the fish sauce. Ooh, excellent, very good. Before serving any kind of soup, if there is lemongrass or lime leaf or any other non-edible items in the pot, I like to take a tongue and remove them. That way it's easier to consume once the soup is on the table. Con chín chia các cá lên nè. Con chín chia các cá lên rồi cho soup nữa nè. Okay, let's have lunch. This is my very delicious beef soup and it is spicy. So let's have lunch. Okay. Ooh, smells very good from the fresh unspiked culantro from the garden. This is the best. Homegrown, it's the best, my friends. Oh. I am always dueling when I dish out the food. And then some rice. This is my soybean juice. Cô tàu pa dấu chua nữa cá la xía tê tia cũng mất trâu tôi nhìn chìa thêm mà cá tê tia. Delicious because it's cold. I kept it in the refrigerator. Wow. So delicious. It's very flavorful salt with the salt, fish sauce, mushroom seasoning, very flavorful. And the beef is so tender and it's spicy and smells super good from the fresh culantro. So good. Ooh. Khá thịt tiền. Chẳng cái nhiều nào mà sao mong kịp bỏ chê nè. Lùa tàu chạy chạy lên mua ấy cho súp đi của ôn nó xứ mà xí nâng nó cá chắp lỡ. Thank you for watching me living today making a very delicious beef soup. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.